What's up, y'all? This is Jordan. I'm the video producer here at AppSumo, and I made this music video for basically $0, and I'm going to break down how we did it. If you're new here, AppSumo runs crazy deals on software to run your business. Black Friday is basically our Super Bowl, and right now we're running a really dope giveaway for creators. The link for that is in the description, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later. All right, let's get into the music video. Now, our theme this year for Black Friday was pop punk. Most of the team at AppSumo are millennials and varying levels of recovering emo kids. And as you can tell, probably by my massive gauges, some of us haven't fully recovered yet. We wanted a theme that was visually fun, nostalgic, and also embodies some of the angst of leaving behind a 9-to-5 life and starting your own thing. Plus, AppSumo is 15 years old this year, which means we're in our peak teenage years, so this felt pretty right. With the theme being pop punk, we knew that we wanted to make a song for our Black Friday campaign. And our CTO Chad has a side project where he makes AI songs in Suno. And as much as it pains me to say this as a musician, they're actually pretty good and fun to listen to. We worked with Chad, and this is the exact prompt that we used to make the final product. In the end, there were two different songs that we landed on. One had a little bit more of an emo sad boy vibe. Another midnight scream like confession. And then this one, which had more of a pop punk anthem vibe, and our team was really hyped on it. The song was about 75% of the way there, but some of the lyrics that AI generated were just a little off brand, and we had to make a couple of tweaks. Once we were all in agreement on the song, it was time to figure out the video. I basically had zero direction here other than have fun, make it cool, and we have no budget to shoot this. I've been in DIY punk bands and doing the touring musician thing since I was in high school, and so I have a lot of experience in making scrappy, no budget music videos, so I was pretty excited, to say the least, to jump into this project. I hit up a few of my friends here in California that I've been in bands with or just worked with over the years and asked if they'd be down to ride around in shopping carts and play along to an AI generated song for a few hours. We shot the entire video in one afternoon with one camera, no crew, and as many free locations as we could find. The first location was the outskirts of a Walmart parking lot. The second was a lesson studio that kind of looks like a band rehearsal space that a friend of mine runs. I happen to use a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 6K, which is one of my favorite cameras on the market and honestly one of the most affordable, but I also think this video could have been shot on an iPhone camera and it wouldn't have made too much of a difference. Now for playback, we got really fancy. We used an iPhone with a Dropbox link, and if you've never made a music video before, playback just basically means that you need a way to play the music back so that the band or whoever's performing on screen can lip sync and play along in time with the music video. For the full band scenes, we had to get a little bit more creative, as somebody playing drums can create a lot of extra noise where it's hard to hear the playback rig, so we had to borrow a powered speaker with that same iPhone plugged into it just so it could be a little bit louder. And in terms of gear and crew, that's really it. From there, it was kind of just figuring out how can we best recreate some of our favorite scenes from our favorite pop punk videos from the early 2000s. We referenced videos like Sum 41's Fat Lip and various other videos from Blink-182 in the starting line. One of the most overlooked things for shooting DIY music videos, I think, is that people don't understand that the performance will actually outshine the quality of gear and set that you have. The main reason I hit up my boy Zach was because I knew that he would be able to outperform anybody that we could have gotten on screen. Also, he had nothing going on that weekend. You can easily overshadow mediocre sets and limited budget by having killer performances on screen. And I knew Zach would provide that. Fun fact, I was actually in a band with Zach and the drummer Bayrod about 15 years ago. So I knew these guys would be able to make it look like they knew what they were doing on camera, despite the fact that the song was generated by AI. The other best part about using ex-band boys is wardrobe became very easy. We didn't really have any budget for a wardrobe, so it was a lot easier to find people that already kind of looked the part. The other part that made this really easy for me in the editing side of things is that we have a killer design team at AppSumo, and the assets that we have created for this year's Black Friday theme are some of the best that we've ever put out, in my opinion. One more thing to help cover up low budget shooting. All in all, this video was extremely easy to shoot for a number of reasons. One, the stakes were low. That always makes things a lot more fun. Two, the vision was really malleable. I think sometimes going on a set when you have a very specific dialed in vision, it can be great for the final product, but doesn't always yield well for results on set. Three, the energy of this project was really fun. I think the thing that's overlooked the most when shooting DIY either music videos or promotional material is leaning into the resources that you already have at your disposal. Yes, I already had a nice camera, so it made the quality look a little bit nicer than it might have if I shot it on an iPhone, but iPhones shoot really high quality content these days, and it really doesn't matter what kind of camera you're using. Utilizing friends and people that you have already worked with in the past is one of the easiest ways to make something happen on a low budget. Now, the caveat to that is you have to be somebody that people want to hang hang out with and do favors for. And the best way to do that is to invest into the content that you're making years before you actually make it. What I mean by that is I'm the type of person who is second shot and assisted on tons of shoots over the years. One, to get my chops up and learn things that I didn't already have experience in, but two, just because I like helping people. Because of years of investing into that type of friendships and relationships with people, it was really easy for me to call on some of these guys and say, hey, can you clear a couple of hours in your afternoon to do this weird AI music video thing for my job? So moral of the story, lean into the gear and resources that you already have an open mind when it comes to the vision, and 3, be a good person. The better you treat people in your interactions and productions over the years, the more likely you are to reap the benefits of that. Also, buy people snacks. People love snacks. That was the main expense for the shoot. Pizza for 4 or 5 guys. Our team has had a great time creating this video, both from the pre-production side and the shooting side of things, and we hope that you enjoyed as much as we did. All right, now let's talk about this Black Friday giveaway that we're doing for creators. If this video was interesting to you in any way, then you're probably the type of person who for sure needs to check out this giveaway. We're basically giving away a full creative AI suite. Suno, the tool that we use to make our Black Friday song. Higgsfield, a really powerful video and image generator. ElevenLabs, which lets you make professional voiceovers in seconds. And Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses. Not only are we giving away all of those dope prizes, but 100 winners are going to get exclusive Black Friday pop punk merch made by my boy JR. This is probably the first company merch drop in a long time that I've been this stoked for. The link to enter the giveaway is in the description of this video. Let us know in the comments if you dig this type of video and want more behind the scenes stuff like this. Our biggest sale of the year is literally happening in just a few days. Check out AppSumo's Black Friday and sign up to win yourself some dope software and merch.